Hi, Virgo. Welcome to your monthly money and finances forecast. This is going to be for all Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter sign placements. Virgo, I already shuffled and laid out your spread. At the end of the reading, Virgo, we're going to take a look at what is the guidance for you around your money and finances. And for a bonus, those of you in business and entrepreneurship, you have one guidance card to that regard, and we'll take a look at that as well. Now, Virgo, your overall theme, you have two cards that came out. You have the Empress. I'm covering up because there's nudity in this card. And you have the Tower. So what I'm seeing here as your themes is with the Empress, Virgo, you are concentrating on what you can build, what you can create, being creative. You're focusing on how you can prosper, have abundance, and grow your finances, nurture it, and maintain harmony and balance with that. Also, with the Empress here, you are focused on becoming empowered and avoiding being powerless in your money circumstances. You could be focusing on what you can do to avoid a poverty type situation or being impoverished, but you want to avoid stagnation. Also, you could be focused on things that bring you luxury and pleasure that you may be looking to spend money on, or you may be looking for receptivity from others with regard to your money circumstances, where you may be looking for acts of kindness. And with the Tower, this is about you experiencing drastic changes that you are either trying to create or that you are experiencing. With the Tower, you could be experiencing some anxiety, an uncomfortable shakeup, a lack of financial freedom. You could be experiencing where you're trying to have a reset with your money and finance situation. You could be trying to be released from adversities or gain an epiphany. But with the Tower here, this is about you dealing with some changes that are uncomfortable either way. Also with the Tower, you could be focused on how to avoid adversities and problems and shakeups to your money and finance situation where you may feel an undoing as a result, and you're trying to stay away from that. So in the recent past, well, before we get into the recent past, your focus, Virgo, with your money and finances is you do have the Knight of Pentacles, and it says will work for idiots, and you got this King of Wands. So I feel with this energy is that you are determined to do whatever you need to get things done regarding your money situation. You may be tired of working for others and may be interested in wanting to go into business for yourself or figure out what you can do to have your own startup business. But this is you needing to focus on how to be sensible, practical, methodical in your money goals and concerns, getting things done. And with this King of Wands, this is you taking action to masterfully and creatively respond to the needs and concerns around your money situation, where you are seeing how you may need to adapt. Money may be coming in slow, or some money may not have come in at all, or you are trying to see what you can do, and your progress or efforts are showing results that are very slow in moving towards you achieving your aims with your money situation. Now, in the recent past, Virgo, you do have the Six of Pentacles, and the Queen of Cups. So I feel in the recent past, Virgo, you were focused on balancing your money and finances through give and take. I also feel in the recent past you were waiting for money to come in from some source or someone, and you may have grown upset, unhappy, because that money or finances is slow coming in or hasn't come in yet as of the recent past. And you were focused on how to avoid being in a toxic situation, or as a result, it caused a toxic situation because you may have been codependent, or it's possible someone was codependent on you. But you were figuring out what you could do to nurture the situation so that it wouldn't get out of hand for you. And I do feel you were successful at achieving that balance, but it's like you barely, for some of you, you were barely able to do it, but you did get it done. So you're in a position in the recent past where you managed to be okay. Now in the present, you do have the King of Pentacles, the Page of Swords, and the Two of Cups. So I feel with the King of Pentacles at present, Virgo, you are able to manage and do what was needed in order for you to be okay. But I feel that you were limited in your capacity to do so. Even though you were able to be successful, you may not have had much to work with. But you thought about what you could do to cut away what no longer serve you. You may have budgeted more. You may have cut corners. But with the Page of Swords, you were very diligent in protecting your financial situation so that you could have harmony and balance for yourself. You were also able to obtain this level of maintenance where you were okay, but you barely scraped by, through you communicating to others in your connections that could support or assist you. I also feel at present, although you were able to figure out how to sustain yourself by being very creative, you were successful, even though the success just made you okay, where you barely made it, but you did. This came as a result of you getting news regarding a commitment that was not going to be kept, and you had to respond by seeing what you can do as a result of that, but you did manage to pull through. Now in the future, Virgo, you do have the Ace of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands, and the Ace of Wands. So I feel that in the future that you do receive some sort of new resource coming in, perhaps a resource of money that was supposed to come to you in the past, but there was a delay or it was halted. And as a result, you're able to take action and have movement and initiate what you need to do to address your money needs and issues. I also feel, Virgo, in the future, you are focused on how to bring into form some new resource or income, perhaps through you trying to initiate or start a business, with the goal of having another revenue come in that allows you, with this Knight of Wands, to avoid any complications with your money situation, and you be able to have or initiate going in a new direction or having a new start or a new beginning with something that you're creating or passionate about. Now, your attitude towards your money situation is you do have the High Priestess with the Three of Swords and with the Moon. Now, the High Priestess says, fuck this imperialist bullshit. So I feel that you're tired of experiencing some sort of control that's happening, or the lack of control that has happened or has been happening with your money and finances, Virgo. The High Priestess talks about you gaining wisdom, tapping into your intuition. I feel that as a result, you have been able to avoid any suffering or damage to your money and finances as it concerns three-party situations where you may have relied upon money to come in or expect it and it fell through. But I also feel that with the High Priestess, for some of you, Virgo, you may be trying to secretly or undercover figure out how to find a way to get more control and independence with your money and finances situation that doesn't require you to rely on others or feel codependent, because you're tired of, with the moon, your money and finances fluctuating in extremes, or the uneasiness, the uncomfortableness, the uncertainty of whether or not what you count on to come in, will it? For example, if you are relying on, let's say someone agrees to help you pay your bills and they tell you you can count on them. So that puts you in a codependent spot because you rely on that. And then let's say something happens where that person can't come through even though they promised they would. Well, that affects your money in an extreme way that can cause you imbalance or fear or worries, or not being able to see clearly or gain clarity in the situation on how to fix it. But also it can incur you feeling a sense of betrayal or deception. And so it also can happen at a time you don't expect, because you never expect it to happen, but it could. So that's an example of that, where you are tired of that kind of pressure. And so you are also able to tap into your intuition to navigate this. But I feel that you want to figure out how to establish your own independent source of income, that you have your own money without you needing to rely on others, whereas others can affect and influence your money and finances in an extreme way because you may be codependent. But I do feel so far you've been able to follow your intuition to navigate such things as they've come up. And you're just over it. And you want to figure out how to heal and recover your money situation so that you are more independent, or that you are independent and don't need others where they can influence you in this way, whether they mean to or not. Now, your concern with your money and finances is you do have this Ace of Swords, which also says, I see humans but no humanity. And you have the Empress. So I feel that you may be concerned whether or not you will receive communication or news of money or finances coming in that will improve your financial situation. You may be concerned with whether or not you can cut away what no longer serves you, that affects your money and finances situation, to allow for you to be in a more improved status. You may be concerned with whether or not you can come up with a plan to nurture your money situation where you can continue to see progress and grow your money and be okay or better off than you've been. And with I see humans but no humanity, you may be experiencing issues and concerns with where you are expecting money to come in at, that who you're dealing with seems to not exactly recognize the impact on you if they don't keep their promise, keep their word, or if this is money for services, don't pay for the work that you've done, and how it affects you and your ability to maintain and prosper with your money situation, because it's being affected by someone else not really being concerned with yours, or not being able to do anything about your situation because their situation is fucked up at the time. Now, your challenge with your money and finances situation, your warning, is you do have the Ten of Cups. And with this Ten of Cups, you do have the Sun. So I feel that your challenge here is how you're able to patch things up for yourself and escape adversities that come to light for you that may be connected to family or a significant relationship, so that you can have satisfaction and fulfillment, or avoid any setbacks or the lack of being able to rejuvenate or have success with patching up or healing or taking care of your money concerns and needs, where you may be focused on making sure your family is okay, or that your family isn't, you and your family are not adversely affected. And so you're trying to, or you have the challenge of figuring out how to break free from the adversities around your money and finances, and have success and be able to prosper and rejuvenate your money and finances, and have some sort of small victory achievement over any struggles. So now your likely outcome, that is also your advice, is you do have the Hangman, and it's with the Ace of Cups, and it's with this Page of Pentacles. So your likely outcome is there's a need for you to look at things from a different perspective in order for you to obtain or find new opportunities and offers. And with this Page of Pentacles, figure out a way to come up with a new practical approach in doing so, and gaining what you want and need for your money concerns and issues. I also feel with the Hangman that for some of you, you're waiting for money and finances to come in because there's some sort of delay with an opportunity or offer through a connection, or perhaps with an institution, agency, or company, where you're trying to see or learn, or you're waiting to reap some rewards or gain in a situation. Also with the Hangman, you may need to hold off with your money and finances goals and aims, and really assess and consider what's going on with your money situation, so you can make sure you maximize on the best possible opportunity and offer that you can ascertain and gain in the situation. Because with the Hangman here, you could be trying to, or you need to look at what the alternatives are. There's a need to reevaluate. There's a need to see what you can do to avoid any harsh circumstances occurring with your money, or that your efforts end up being futile and unsuccessful. There's a need for you to be clear with your money circumstances and see what needs to be done. So some of you will be able to see things from a different perspective and find a way to come up with opportunities to gain what you want for your money needs and responsibilities. For others of you, you're experiencing delays or stagnation where you are not able to come up with the opportunities to gain what you need or come up with a new practical approach because you feel stuck or you are stuck. So Virgo, let's take a look at what your guidance is around your money and finances. You have courage to ask for and accept help. Asking for help is a sign of strength, as is accepting it as it is offered to you. Very often when you ask God for help, prayers are answered through other people. Be sure to accept this assistance as well as giving it to others as you are guided to do. This is your guidance. So for now, Virgo, while you figure out your money situation and focus on how you can grow it and maintain its stability in a more comfortable way for you, you may need to still look to others to assist you, or you may find that you are still going to be needing the support of others to get you through until you can come up with a better way for yourself. But also, don't forget to pray to your divine assistance to help and guide you and to support you, because you are not doomed. The universe has your back. But pray and ask for help from the divine universe or to what you believe in for support. But also, remember, faith without works is dead. So while you pray, still do what you can and be open to receiving assistance, even if you have to be okay with what you receive not being exactly what you expect or hope for. So let's take a look at what the entrepreneurial business guidance is for those of you that are in business and entrepreneurial. You have manage. Manage your time wisely, delegate or outsource tasks that drain your energy, and do tasks that are in your realm of unique brilliance. So this is about you needing to manage your time more wisely and manage the energy and effort you're putting into your business and entrepreneurship goals and expectations by you realizing what you are effective at and focusing and doing that. But more importantly, understanding and knowing what you're not, being okay with that, but finding someone who is and delegating that so that the energy is distributed in a way that you get the results that you're looking for, because you have a better management of your time and a better management of the situation. I hope these messages help. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and thanks for watching. Bye.